Here's a quick snippet from my podcast, Maximize Your Influence. Hope you enjoy. Subscribe at MaximizeYourInfluence.com.
But what's the difference between mirroring and matching somebody and mimicking them like my 7-year-old daughter does?
Well, mirror and matching is a great one because you're accelerating what's going to happen naturally. Because when people in rapport, it's amazing. Their breathing rate synchronizes, their rate of speech synchronizes, their eye contact, the percent that we talked about last week, that synchronizes. They're taking a drink at the same time. All these things are synchronizing. And so if you can do that and accelerate rapport, that's what makes a big difference. Now, when you mimic and you're acting like a robot and it's obvious what you're doing, it'll have the opposite effect. But what mirror and matching does, it accelerates building rapport because it's going to happen anyway. You're just speeding it up.
You mentioned a few of them really quickly, but what are the 2 or 3 easiest and quickest ways to mirror and match somebody?
Posture. They're leaning back, you lean back, the way they're standing, are their shoulders squared up with you or to the side? Their rate of speech would be important. Their energy level, that's where a lot of people tend to blow it, is they have too much energy. Mirroring their energy level. If there's a certain word they keep using, put it into your sentences. That'll connect you with them. I don't think you want to be watching their lungs and try to mirror their breathing. That takes a little too much effort. But little things you can do as far as if they cross your arms, you might want to do just a little fig leaf, just maybe hold your wrist. So it's similar, but it doesn't have to be identical. So similar could work too when you mirror and match.
I think this is a little bit of a chicken or the egg thing, right? Do 2 people who have rapport automatically start mirroring and matching each other, or do 2 people who are mirroring and matching have rapport? And there's a lot of evidence to suggest the latter. If there's a natural rapport, people have a lot in common, they're just alike, those things will happen on their own. But what you're saying here is that you may not be a lot alike, but if you do these physical things, then everything else is going to come easier. The person is going to let their guard down and allow that connection to happen, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And it can be simple things with just to smile, getting your posture, rate of speech, and energy. Because you got to be very careful with these first impressions of developing rapport. We've talked about how the cement dries fast. Even mirroring their handshake, I believe we've talked about that, how critical that is.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. To listen to the rest of the podcast or subscribe, it's MaximizeYourInfluence.com.